Hello Stellar Souls, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing amazing. I hope you are doing stellar. I have another pick a card reading here for you today, and this one is all about your divine, authentic purpose, your place in the world, what you are meant to be doing. We're going to dive deep into it. We've got 3 piles, so make sure you take a deep breath and tune into your energy before choosing your pile. This is pile number 1, and I'm using my Astro dice, and it's landed here on Aries, so we'll dive into that as well. This is pile number 2. The Astro dice has landed on Venus, so we'll talk about that. And this is pile number 3, and the Astro dice has landed on the 2nd house. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. Take a deep breath, tune into your energy. The timestamps are below for the piles. Remember to please only take what resonates. I don't want to be telling anyone what to do in terms of their life purpose. This is more personal development, and obviously time is fluid. You all have free will, so take it as you will. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me as well, the link is in the description box below, and I've just added Reiki virtual healings to my Etsy store as well, so go and check that out if you would like. Without further ado, let's get into your reading. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. This is all about your life purpose, what you are meant to be doing, your divine, authentic reason for being here. The Astro dice here for pile number 1 landed on Aries. So this is fire sign, cardinal energy ruled by Mars. So very action-oriented energy coming through there. Very passionate and ambitious. We've also got some tea leaf tarot out here already. So we have heart, love, deep affection and caring, the staff, okay, or staff. You will be taken care of in difficult times. We have the throne, position of authority. And that makes me think of the Emperor energy associated with Aries. And wreath, sorrow over loss. And psychic ability, trust your intuition. Okay, very much looking like the Eye of Horus there. So let's get some tarot. Actually, I'm going to go in with the Numinous tarot deck, Oracle deck, to get a bit more of an overview of what is pile number 1's authentic purpose in this lifetime, please, Spirit. Pile number 1's authentic purpose in this lifetime. It's interesting that these tell a story of love, loss, and success and lessons, really. And then trusting that all of that is part of life's journey, okay? You have Gemini the butterfly, which is a curious kind of energy, someone who's flexible as well. And then you have the 11th house and the edge. So yeah, it does feel like you go through many different phases in life like we all do. And that is your purpose. That is the reason why you are here. I'm actually going to go with the Megadeck and get a couple more oracle cards out before we get into the tarot. Why is pile number 1 here? What is their purpose? I'm going to take those and one more, please, Spirit. One more. What is pile number 1? Thank you. We have the Great Severing. No way. Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. Okay. So that could be, because of all that action-oriented energy and potential ego that comes through with success, that might be the crumbling for you. I'm just going to get these cards on the floor. That may be the crumbling for you, the loss, and that you will be taken care of in difficult times. The loss that then brings you to a place of softening and actually awakens you to some kind of psychic ability and trusting your intuition a bit more and trusting in life, really. With that butterfly energy, it feels like you do go through a massive transformation in this life. Yeah, the void, stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. It's like you get to be reborn again in your life. It's a beautiful kind of energy there. The courageous peony, okay? Multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. I'm kind of picking up with that unique nature and Aquarian type of energy there. Multifaceted is part of the Aquarian energy. So strong air energy as well. It could very much be Gemini energy. Earth pulsing, pulse of the mother, slow down, time in nature. Yeah, slowing down to speed up and slowing down to enjoy life. You've really got a story here where you take life to the edge and to the edges of space and the space within you as well. So you get to experience like a vast life. You get to experience a vast, varied, multifaceted, you could be a multi-potential light or really feel called to multiple different things in your lifetime. And that feels like you sever, right? And the staff feels like after a period of downfall, a tower moment, if you will, after that period, you kind of need to take it step by step instead of rushing back into things. You know, that you could have been really drawn to power initially. And that could be part of your story. You know, we all have to go through big lessons in order to really get to where we're meant to be. It can take a long time, like a lifetime, or it can take a season. This is completely up to you and completely like blueprinted out before you even incarnate on this planet is really what I feel. But there's a courage to you of starting over and having the curiosity, the versatility, the self-collaboration, like co-creating with the universe, to channel what is kind of coming up as restless energy with this Mars energy. It's kind of coming up as restless energy, a need to keep moving forward, like an inertia. Like even when I'm standing still in space, I feel like I'm free falling, you know, and I want to, and that's a brilliant mind. Someone that is restless like that. I mean, you might have, a diagnosis of ADHD or something like that. I don't know all the terms, but what people would refer to as restless or fidgety, okay, those little fidget spinners, you're able to channel that. There's a brilliance that comes with that. And whether you're diagnosed or not, there's an energy where you have a lot of energy, and that can lead to wanting to make rash decisions to move to this position of authority, whether it's you owning a business with that Aries energy coming through, very entrepreneurial kind of energy coming through, and where you strive, you know, you're really going for something, where you could have used this staff as like a dictatorship in some instance, okay? Not saying that you're a bad person in any way, but like that's how you thought you were going to get ahead in something. Just a little bit of ego. And then you're cracked open. You have this courage to like start all over again and to soften it. And now I have to say, it is not weak. It is not weak to soften. It's courageous, especially for someone like you who feels like they've got this street smart to them. You're very perceptive. And so therefore you're wanting to seize opportunities. And it could have a lot to do with, you know, you're seizing opportunities in love at the same time as business, and you've just got all these balls in the air and it's like so much going on that then you stop and have this, you know, moment where you've taken everything to the edge, right? You've taken everything to this, the point of strong space energy, right? It's like the point of the edge of the earth. You know, I'll go to the edge of the earth for what I believe kind of energy. And in that, you do then go, okay, what I see ahead is so much emptiness that I need to create something. So I feel like co-creating with yourself, with the universe, being flexible and adaptable, but then also you realize that you don't have to do everything by yourself, is what I'm picking up here. You realize that by pushing, you can really push people away, and that if you soften and trust your intuition and you let your true self be seen, almost like I don't have to appear to have it all together, then I can actually see myself, meet myself in that void, in that emptiness. And then I feel you understand what it's like to be having this human experience. And this is where I feel like the authentic path comes into play. Trust me, all of this that you had to go through where you were striving, it's still authentic, but then I feel like there's this divinity that comes through. That's probably the better term to use here, where you actually find your soul tribe, you connect with people who perhaps then help you to transform, or then you realize, okay, if I am going to be like the overseer, okay, I'm going to be the ideas person, then I need people who are also going to be the investigators, okay? I'm going to need people who If I've got these philanthropic ideas, I need people to help me execute this. And you realize that bringing people together helps uplift humanity in some way. This is like a startup kind of energy again. So it feels like, you go hell for leather, let's say, and then you soften as something possibly becomes more difficult and there's losses along the way, whether that is financial, okay, over great loss, or whether that is, because the wreath can often talk about a season, and it can talk about, special commemorations. So it could talk about a loss of a family member. It could talk about a loss of a family member in business, especially if this is like, I have to prove to my family that I can lead the family business. And so you're going all guns blazing. And then there's this emphasis on, well, now I can celebrate. There's almost and I say this with love, there's almost like a relief that comes with that sorrow, because you start to soften. Okay, you start to become more who you are meant to be, and that does raise humanity, and it does have this you bring together new people who match your common goal. And with this earth pulsing energy, I feel like you become more grounded. You can breathe again. You might even become a parent with that pulse of the mother kind of energy, and it helps you to slow down, to speed up. I really feel like you still have success in your life, but tapping into nature and realizing, again, the seasons of things, you realize you're not in so much of a rush. Let's have a look at some tarot. What is pile number one's divine purpose in life? Talk to me about their purpose. Talk to me about their purpose. Let's get some tarot, some clarity. Wow, their cards are really flying far. There's the Tower that we talked about. The Page of Wands. One more, please, Spirit. Thank you. The World. Come back. God, they went so far. Okay. We have success. Yeah. Eight of Emotions, walking away from something. The Knight of Voices, like getting clarity, even a message coming towards you that changes fate, is what I feel there, that then sends you crashing down the world, or what you think you have built up crashing down around you. But it feels like, you taking the L well, because the Page of Inspiration is that then you're seeing things like under a microscope, even though I know that's like a telescope. It's the same kind of idea of like getting a close-up view of something as you get a really far away perspective. Do you know what I mean? There's a duality where you take a big picture and a huge vision, and then you hone in on one little thing, and it's like, that's the flame, that's the ticket, that's the new order, okay, of things. Interesting. And that can actually take you around the world. That can bring you to a new chapter. That can actually maybe create an online business for you, especially if there was a crumbling of a bricks and mortar type of business that is happening midway. You start off with a bang, you start off with success, you start off with like fast moving wins. It's like, oh wow, look at you go. You're really achieving things, but it feels like you're leaving your emotions behind as you succeed so much. But then it's almost like you're called out. There's a calling out kind of energy, or there's an energy of someone delivering a message that really turns a karmic wheel that is actually like, it feels like a blessing in disguise. I have to say, with the wheel and the tower there, it feels like a blessing in disguise. This had to break down so that I feel like you would have had a breakdown if something didn't break down. Okay, so take this how it resonates. I don't want to scare anyone, but there's an essence of like, whatever lessons you had to learn in this lifetime in order to get on the path that softens you and awakens you to community and people and courage and allowing things to be this and be that, instead of my way or the highway. And not to say that's a bad energy. It's a very go-getter energy, but it can, if not built on strong foundations, it can crumble, and it can crumble due to the state of economies and the state of the world. And I feel like the world is really, like, nature is really calling you to, it could even be that you start traveling for work, or that you start traveling to tap more into your psychic ability and this philanthropic 11th house energy. It's also earned wealth too. So maybe with a great loss, and especially if I'm feeling like family dynasty kind of money, then you may be able to then take things to the edge. And what do I do with this money? Okay, I don't want power anymore. I don't want fame anymore. Or you could still have that. My nose is itchy. So it's different for each of you, but I feel like my guides are saying, and your guides are saying, yes, you're on the money here. It's something new to discover with this money. So it's like, how can I use my fame or power or success for good, and not just for good of the humanity, but good of you and your emotions, like really not neglecting your heart anymore, and really nourishing what essentially got you here too. You know, you can use this fired up energy of this Aries energy. You can use it for other means as well, other passions. It's almost like you do this for duty, and then you do this of like following different passions. Oh, well, I'm curious about this, and I've got this, I built this collective of people who feel the same way about this particular topic, and now that's our passion project. So very much passion project energy over here. This is such a beautiful energy, beautiful story for you, pile number one. What an adventure. And look, it doesn't have to be that this is in your like prime years. You're like 25 and you're absolutely killing it, and then over here you're 60 years old and you're finally traveling. It doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't have to be like 30s and then retirement. You know, it can be at any age, at any time. There's also a sense that you probably knew all of this had to happen the way it had to happen. Look at that success coming out straight away. You always knew you were born to be successful. And I think that's that nervous energy of, well, you better do it now. You know, and we are programmed a lot when we're young. I mean, even when we're at college and things like that, like we're programmed to, well, if you don't get a good job, if you don't make it happen now, like you're going to be a no-hoper on the couch. So there is this energy of like speed, urgency. Let's get this done quickly, like before things fall apart for me. Trusting in the divine is really helping you, and trusting in you. You remember how I was saying co-create with you? It's like, self, what do you want? Oh, you want to have, you know, you want to have an adventurous life, but you also want to be connected to nature. Great, let's do all of it. There is a way to get exactly what you're asking for. In the near future, I feel like you will see a shift if you haven't seen the shift already. And maybe some of you are really in the sorrow period, or maybe some of you are in this tower period where you're really like, oh gosh, I need some direction, and that's why you're here. So I send love to you, and look at that. As I said, that recovery, you're in a recovery period, and I feel like this shift is about to come in the near future. If you trust, it will still be successful for you. There's something better. This was more aligned. This new chapter is more aligned for your energy and for your impact, I feel, as well. For your impact. Beautiful. Can we get a final message here? Positivity, marigolds. Look at that dream catcher energy. And again, we have a fire sign energy. We've got Leo energy showing up here. Positivity, marigold. The card is the card 40. Now, the 4s are all about stability and strong foundation. So it's that recovery energy. You know, dream a little dream with that dream catcher. The sun showing up there, and the Leo energy is just like, it's all going to be feeding. The sunshine is going to come back out, and it's going to feed the growth of what's next for you, so that you can create more seasonal wreaths of hope. You know, rather than of commemorating loss, it's commemorating seasons and holidays and events and stuff like that. Like, it's a beautiful kind of energy. Let's read what's on the back here. Flowers always make people happier, better and more helpful. They are sunshine, food and medicine for the soul. Flowers strongly. wow, I mean, you could be a florist. And that could be such a shift from what you were once doing. It's almost like here you're doing finance and here you're doing floristry. Okay, we've got balance with the Libra energy coming through. Lucky number 13 for some of you. We've got this dagger showing up here, and courage and time. Okay, the herb time. But it feels like within time, you have the courage, which was mentioned here on this card, to bloom and to really come into what most people would see as not a lucky career change or not a lucky path or purpose. Okay, people still have some weird vibes about the 13, but it's like a fucus, right? In the other in the 13 signs tarot, it's like the odd one out. It still is something important. It still is something valuable to humanity, I feel. And it comes through as a breakthrough for you. It comes through kind of harshly, but I feel like that's the clarity and truth you needed at that time to sort the wheat from the chaff and kind of like shine a light into this void for you. Let's get the final advice card from pile number 1 about their purpose. Wow, 3 of them. We'll do it. Set goals that fit you despite the pressure of others' expectations, judgment, or competition. Yes, so there again, the programming that may have been set for you. Make time for yourself to do something special or to do nothing at all. A quiet time to connect with how you honestly feel, what you actually need, and who you truly are. There's that authenticity, okay? Taking the mask off and breathing, allowing your hair to flow and your eyes to see afresh, you know? And for people to see you. Be fair to yourself by not carrying blame or regret for things beyond your control or feeling solely responsible for relationships that didn't work out as you hoped. Yeah, especially if you're in like a prime position in a business or company, or, you know, especially family matters there as well. So that is what I have for you, pile number 1. It's stunning, and I think it's really, honestly, it is really authentic. This is such a process. And it is your journey, okay? That is amazing. And take it and switch it however you want. Let me know in the comments below how it does resonate. Take really good care of yourself. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, the link is in the description box below. I will see you guys in the next one. Pile number 2, welcome to your reading. This is all about your divine, authentic purpose in life, where your path is going to take you. The Astro dice for you landed on Venus here, and this is Taurian and Libran energy. So stubborn and luxurious and loving the finer things in life, but also loving balance in life. Venus rules love, money, aesthetics, receiving. Okay, so there is this beautiful receiving energy. We're going to get all these tea leaf tarot out here for you to begin. We've got pineapple, reconciliation, ant, work, achievement, and success. Needle and thread, a sincere wish is granted. Needle and thread. It's like over time. Interesting. Arrow, shooting your shot. You were on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. Eagle, triumph over troubles and obstacles. It looks like a maze in the back of that card. So triumph over a period of perhaps feeling a little bit lost. Purse, pay attention to your finances. So yeah, very much finances, money coming up here. Driven by or just experiencing different levels of financial freedom is kind of what I'm feeling there as well, especially with the hard work and shooting your shot with that arrow coming up. I do want to just get some Oracle from the Megadeck. This is the Rebecca Campbell Megadeck that I have made. Thank you. Get 2 more, please, Spirit. Or 3. All right, we have karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity. Wow, soul growth and conflict. That's speaking to that reconciliation a lot, actually. And obviously with Venus and ruling love, called soul gifts and training. It is time to step up, step through that threshold. That's where hard work may be required. And that step by step, as I weave this work of art into process. And I always say your life is your art. Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. Okay, yeah, so there's a connection to past life energies showing up there. Speaking of Akashic records and like just the Akashic records of the world in general, you're able to tap into certain things of past lives that may not have anything to do with the current life you're leading, but could actually lead you, it could call you into this new threshold, over this new threshold, through this new doorway of opportunity. Star Mother, how can you mother yourself? Okay, so a parent or a mother in particular might be important in your life, or the role of parenting might be very important in your life. Also, I get like doula energy with that, or like healing energies. Keeper of the earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. I freaking love this card. It's so beautiful. Okay. Let's get some Numinous Tarot Oracle on here. What is pile number 2's purpose? What is pile number 2's purpose? We have Sagittarius, the Voyager, and we have Libra and the Idealist. So Libra coming up strongly with that Venus energy, and then again in the cards. So there is this sense of, look at this rose-colored glasses, always gets me in this. There is a sense of like this great adventure that you are going on with your life. And no matter what happens in your career, you do feel like it's like, well, what's next? Because it's all divinely guided, right? Where was it? Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. The downloads that you're getting is divinely guided. And you are always on the right path here, pile number 2. And even though things feel like sometimes they're out of balance, I actually feel like it's for the best, because it's taking you to a new realm. Okay, with this Sagittarius energy, it can very much talk about like independently seeking new things. It can talk about happy-go-lucky, roll the dice, see what happens kind of energy. Very adventurous and sometimes experiential and risk-taking. And, you know, some might call it self-righteous to be that to be that free. You know, you really are enthusiastic about what you put your energy into. And I think that's why the karmic relationships are coming up here, because even as you progress through working with different people, you experience relationships that, if need be, you can walk away from. You know, there's this, with Libra energy, it's a choosy, socially aware, but can be people-pleasing. So you're happy to accommodate people until it feels like, okay, there's conflict here. All right, now you get cut off, you know, and you learn from that. And you don't seem to hold baggage from that. And you don't even seem to hold baggage from, you know, if you do cut someone off and then there's growth, there's a reconciliation kind of energy coming back around. But I strongly feel now this reconciliation, this sweetness of this pineapple has a lot to do with this energy of this past life stuff that I mentioned, where you, out of the blue, it's almost like maybe you didn't want to be a parent, and then you're in a relationship where you are called to be like the bonus parent, the step parent, and that suddenly feels like a role that is very important to you. Yeah, it's like this maze that you go on throughout your life of travel and going here and meeting these people and doing that, and it could seem indecisive to a lot of people. It's like not all those who wander are lost. I feel like you really find your place in the world by being part of the world, and that feels like you help other people who potentially don't realize that path is not a lonely one. You help people to see that they can be their best company, and oh, there's a double meaning in that. They can be their best company. So I feel like you could brand yourself in a way. And that might be like rebranding, like something to do with parenthood and the way you become a parent and what you do as a parent, turning that into business, or what you do like with work and parenting. Like there's something here or even like looking after the elderly in some way, or being that doula kind of energy. Like I said, it is something that is a little bit rare. It's a person that helps mothers during pregnancy and after, and bringing new life into the world. So very big Empress kind of energy showing up here. But yeah, I feel like you're following your own kind of ley lines, you know, of the planet, and you're like, I'm being called to trace this map around the planet. And by the time you finish, and whether that is like actual physical travel around the world, or whether you just feel like you've lived a lot of different stories because of this Voyager energy, I feel like by the time you finish your map, you look back and it's this beautiful blossoming flower, you know, or it's this maze, you know, this eagle. You look back on your life with this triumphant smile on your face, because this maze that has woven the story of your life is actually so beautiful. And I do feel like in some way it other people will idealize you. And I think you idealize what your life can look like. You're with these rose-colored glasses. It helps you to pick yourself back up, dust yourself off, and try again. And you do have a good work ethic that comes with it. It's just like you may get bored easy, and that may lead to some pauses in, you know, financial abundance. But because it is your, like, it feels like your birthright. It feels like your birthright to be abundant, because of that Taurian Libran energy of like balance in the most obscure ways. Like in people are like, how are you so balanced when you're such a wanderer, such a voyager, such a gypsy, such an idealist? Like, it's almost like to other people you look like you have things easy, but it's just because you have a really solid mindset of believing in love and believing in money and enjoying nice things, and having this energy of receiving actually helps you to magnetize new opportunities and renewed, okay, with that reconciliation, renewed things to you, especially if you've been separated from someone when it comes to love or family. This sincere wish, especially mother energy, this sincere wish that is granted, it feels like as you grow and as you start to magnetize, and you keep paying this positive energy out to others, you know, paying it forward, because that's how you live, right? This Voyager, excited, really authentic energy is so fresh and so different. You don't let life bog you down, that you attract back this refresh. You know, people want to level up around you to come back into your life and be back in your circle. That's so special. Let's get some tarot out here for pile number 2. What is their purpose, please, Spirit? What is their purpose? Pile number 2. 2 more cards. Thank you. We've got awakening, okay? This is the energy of judgment. So again, the reconciliation energy and things coming back around, but also that judgment call, okay? Like I was talking about, you quickly can pivot from situations. If someone's pointing the finger, you know that they're pointing a 3 back at themselves, and that also applies to you. And so you don't take things too seriously, because you know you can keep stepping it up. You can keep traveling forward. You can keep finding a new way out. It's all part of the adventure here. And I think that awakens you to realizing that you are different, and you can grow through new opportunities at any given moment. You know, you don't have to remain the same. It feels like very much awakening to that is your power. That is your power. Two of voices is really knowing when to take that people-pleasing attitude, and that energy of potentially being too cooperative towards some people, and then taking the blindfold off and going, okay, I've got a decision. You make decisions well, and you make them quickly. You like very much pivot, okay? You've got the devil energy showing up here. So there is a need to, I want to clarify that. There's a need to avoid toxicity, but you do kind of take things, you have an obsessive personality possibly about this sense of freedom, but also about this, you get addicted to the freedom and the finances that comes with thinking and living and breathing in this mindset. I will clarify that. The Eight of Wands, nothing holds you back for too long. You are able to communicate what you need, not just to the world and to yourself, and change your mindset at a moment's notice, but you're able to communicate what you need and want from other people as well. And I think that actually helps you to avoid. That's what the Two of Swords is about, and the Devil energy there. It just clarified it for me. That all makes sense. You are able to avoid staying in dark places and shadowy energies, and around addictive, obsessive people. You cut yourself loose quite easily. You move forward when you make decisions. It's like you don't hang around to see how people change until they come back to you completely changed. Do you know what I mean? You just don't put up with that kind of stuff, because you continuously are awakening to adventure. And if it doesn't align with that, if it isn't honest like that, then you get to have that self-righteousness where it's like you're generous to a degree, but then you can pull it back to seek more, to seek more, to seek better, to you chase luck, and therefore luck chases you. You've got the Lover's energy showing up here, which is very blossoming, and it is about choices as well. So I think you tend to move towards energies that feel loving because you come from a loving place. I feel like you do put the love for your own life first, and so there is a level of respect that comes with that. You've also got the Three of Swords, so that you may break a few hearts in this process, especially if you dip when times are not going to plan. You can break a few hearts, and I think in that sense you teach people how to have their own sense of adventure. You teach people how to recover quickly and to mobilize their pain and alchemize their pain and to move towards what's really important. It hurts. The truth hurts sometimes. And I think you help people to find balance because you refuse to stay low vibrational. Wow. That takes a lot of courage. It takes a certain kind of person. In this modern world too, I want to keep saying that, in this modern world, it's very, you may have some people who are very jealous of you, because it is such a, live for me kind of energy, and I live the life that I get to live. One more, please, Spirit. You could be very artistic, and you dress well, you show up well, so people always think you're doing well. And that can cause a lot of codependency as well, especially if you are financially well off, and you do pay attention to your finances, especially balancing your finances. Then other people may be trying to be succubus of that kind of energy. Romance is showing up again. So romance is very important to your journey. You may experience quite a lot of romance and a lot of lovers as you travel and seek adventure. And that's part of your purpose, part of your calling. You might even, I feel like you write a story about that. That's very specific. Okay. Or you may just have one partner that you get to grow and change with because it feels like you like to keep moving forward. You've got to find someone. This is important. You've got to find someone who will keep up with you. You will definitely not be held back. Helpful people, you know where to look for the right people to help you to get ahead, to get, and you know how to tap into your guidance. I feel that card coming out over that. But yeah, you work hard and therefore you're not afraid. There's a very gregarious energy to you. Aspirational. You ask the right questions to get to where you need to go, and you're happy to pause to get the right information from these helpful people to shoot your next shot. You really keep looking ahead. Choose a new direction. That's what you do consistently. You're like, okay, pivot, choose a new direction. Where to from here? If you're watching this and you do not feel confident as someone who makes decisions well and redirects themselves well and with confidence, I feel like this is a with practice type of thing. And also tap into your your higher self, your spirit guides, your divine ancestors. There's ancestors when it comes to your work and your career. There's ancestors when it comes to your living arrangements and the location in which you grew up and where you reside now. There's ancestors all over that can tap into, you can tap into it at a moment's notice and just ask for their direction, ask for their support and their maybe mothering as well. You know, you're mothered by the universe in a way. Can we get some final advice here for pile number 2? I do see you as you open up and as you speak to the right people, and whether that is in the higher realms or on the 3D, you always get the clarity you need to make the next like pit stop, you know? Messages for pile number 2 about their purpose, please, Spirit. What messages do you have for pile number 2? Continuance, yeah, cycles on and on and on. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Yeah, you've got a really nice, positive mindset, a really happy-go-lucky, but we only live once kind of attitude, you know? You've also got, oh, itchy nose. You've also got Capricorn energy there as well. Let's read the back of this card, actually. If a tree dies, plant another in its place. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. You've also got energy. Yeah, you've got a zest for life. That is perfect. Thank you, Spirit. A zest for life. And then you've got Virgo energy showing up here. So earthy energy is showing up. You are grounded even though you are a wanderer. You do keep your feet on this earth, and people might say that you don't, but I think you're connected in different ways, you know, to the realms. And so people can become envious of that, really. They can become envious of your energy. You also need to use this magic for yourself. I also feel like you need to look after your health, especially with all this energy. You need to get some sun, get the right foods, really energize yourself. You've got a thicker skin than people give you credit for, and a juicy center. Life is juicy. A garden requires patient labor and attention. Plants do not grow merely to satisfy ambitions or fulfill good intentions. They thrive because someone expended effort on them. Yes. So you live the life you do because you intend to. Okay? Your purpose in life is many and varied, and it's abundant because you choose to. You live and breathe this kind of adventure. And that is entirely your purpose. If you came here thinking that your purpose was going to give you exactly what you need to do in career, no. If this feels like your business changes or your job changes throughout the years, then that is exactly what you need to be doing. If this is your purpose is around parenting, then that is exactly what you need to be doing. Whatever you need to take from this reading is what your purpose really is. You know it. It's calling you, and you are stepping through it if you haven't already. Pamper yourself often. That is the Taurian energy, okay? Pamper yourself often. Treat yourself to soothing scents, a healing touch, or a gift of fresh flowers. You deserve the best, and you know it, and that's why you get it. It's intentional. Putting that right in the middle. Surround yourself with things you enjoy looking at, listening to, or sharing your space with. Things that give you energy and that brings you peace. 100%. You know when to move. You know when to go. You know how to create stability for yourself in amongst a rich, adventurous life. Choose friends wisely. Form loving connections with those who accept you as you are and with whom you can share anything on your mind and everything in your heart. You impact so many people as you move through life. Pile number 2. So many people. What a story you will weave. What a maze. And this is why I feel like there's a story here. There's a biopic. You know, people will make movies about you. And I think you will inspire generations to come for sure. That is what I have for you, pile number 3. Please let me know in the comments, how does this resonate? It is absolutely stunning. I'm actually like so inspired by this for myself. Take really good care of yourself. You're doing amazing. Please let me know if you would like to book a personal reading by clicking in the link in the description box. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. This is all about your life's purpose, your authentic purpose, your journey through life. The Astro dice came up here with the second house for you, number 2, which is all about value and material possessions and assets and even your physical body, finances in a big way. So your tea leaf tarot, we've got key, successful outcome to your problems. Very elaborate key too. Okay, I'm getting like bubbles in my throat. So something may be bubbling up that you need to discuss. Nothing's a coincidence. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Yeah, bubbling up to the surface. You're in a goopy stage. What's that called? Chrysalis. And you're about to become the butterfly. Okay, cool. Remember, time is fluid. Take it if it resonates. Teapot, deep friendship with someone of the same sex. Okay, so someone you can spill the tea with. Okay. Peacock, beware of great pride. That's divine masculine kind of energy, or toxic masculinity coming through there. If it's, overly pride, but divine masculine lessons usually have to do with that. And the peacock with the pretty flumes is the masculine. Cobweb, protection from negative forces beyond your control. Protected. It's almost like a return to sender kind of energy with that cobweb, like something bounces into it and it flings back out. It doesn't feel like it sticks. Nothing sticks to you. Bird perched, waiting for news, package or letter. Yeah, I strongly feel there's something about to be, like the kettle's about to go, and the ones that make the funny noises. Good one, Sam. Yeah, it's almost like it's gonna start to get to the boiling point of where change begins and where this elaborate plan that the divine has in store for you starts to make sense. We've got 3 cards here for the Numinous for you. I'm going to hold on to that since you wanted to jump out. 10th house and reputation. So this can often talk about like success, career ambition, career success, social success as well, like being seen, platform. I just heard on TV. Reputation, power. Interesting that I'm always drawn to the 2 thrones there. So it's like you and someone else potentially. It can talk about dominant parents as well, the 10th house. Authority figures, reaching a pinnacle, but it's very much your purpose is to have a reputation of some sort. Mercury and communication, and perhaps have fame of some sort too, obviously. Mercury and communication. Feels like World Wide Web fame. Pluto and transformation. I think this is the state you may be in. Where you are being kind of reborn through this transformation. A lot is coming to the surface, possibly like inner child wounds is what I feel coming to the surface. Maybe some toxic habits coming to the surface and needing to be closed out, like cycles being closed out. The smoky quartz is only giving you a little bit of the information, but once the smoke of the volcanic ash kind of clears, you will see clearly, because then you've got the Mercury with the clear quartz, okay? These 2 cards kind of have been following me around in a few people's readings. If you received these 2 cards in another picker card recently, let me know, because you're definitely on the right, you're picking the right piles if that's the case for you. There is an emphasis on not to become obsessed with fame or reputation, especially with the peacock and the great pride coming out. It's like you are the magic, yes, but don't let it get to your head. Let's get the Megadeck out here. Did I even shuffle that? I can't even tell. There's almost a buzzing in my ears, so with communication, you reach sweet spots of information. You reach sweet spots of what is necessary. Okay. That's a lot of cards. Oh my goodness, you've got so many. What the heck? Okay, the crumbling. What are you clinging to? This is a tower moment. What are you clinging to? It's coming up. It could be, yeah, addictions. It could be bad habits that are possibly could really affect your reputation, that you need to like unlock the key to moving forward with this news that's coming in, protecting you from potential danger around a potential habit. Fill up your well, retreat, rest, refuel. Yeah, recovery from a particular situation, habit, person, codependent relationships, soul family, call in your tribe. You don't have to do this alone. Deep friendship, sonar communication. And I feel like calling in people that they read your energy and they're drawn by your energy. Okay, I'm going to pop that down there. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. So here you have like a tower moment. Here you have a new foundation, a new solid growth slab on which you can rebuild your reputation. Taylor Swift all over, right? It's like, fill up your well, look after yourself, rest. You've been working the most. People have given you a bad reputation, or your, past has given you some kind of reputation. But here, it actually helps you to take out the trash in terms of friends, family, money, career, places, people, things, right? So that you can find the right people that help you to be on your divine plan, that help you to be on purpose with your new direction, that revitalizes to a degree your reputation. But I feel like it takes you in a new direction. You feel like you have competence or achievement in other areas that maybe don't require the same level of, patriarchy is kind of what I want to say there. The Great Gathering. It is all coming together. Intuitive hits and soul tribe. Yes, you are on the right path. Even when it's smoky, even when you can't see. The Great Severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. Pile number 2 got that energy as well, I believe. Or pile number 1, someone did. Look at the difference, right? Look at the difference in the landscape. Pastel, dark. This is all part of the divine plan for you, the divine plan. And our grandmother of Jesus is really protecting you. And you might even have your own grandmother protecting you. Okay, that's very prominent. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Even if, this feels important, even if you had to perform a certain way, like people underestimate the caterpillar and they only want to see the butterfly. And so if you had to appear a certain way to gain some kind of reputation and it gave you some level of success, and it might have been the key to like the beginning of, here you are learning as a child, you step up onto this platform of recognition in some way, and that was the key, that was the catalyst to get you there, this performance, this whatever you did to get here. Then now that you've got that key, it's going to help you unlock all the different layers. You could have still been dimming to fit into patriarchy is what I want to say. Patriarchy. And I feel like you might have like a very important mentor with this teapot and deep friendship with someone of the same sex. I think someone helps mentor you through a situation, and it's almost like childhood Hollywood fame that, and I was drawn to say childhood, from childhood we learn and then we're here. And they teach you how to transform and stay in a divine energy. And I want to say divine masculine again. We all have divine feminine and masculine energy within us, but specifically divine masculine is the charge, is the go forward that can help you to get things done. And when we're talking about the physical body, in particular, it could be that helps you to keep transforming your physical body in a way, especially if you make money from your physical body, in a way that keeps you, that movement. It keeps you, there is something divinely masculine about that movement. It's not passive. Let's say that. It's not passive. So I feel like you may have a mentor that helps you to see how much potential you actually have. And they're like, no, this isn't the limit. So if you start losing friends, or if you start, experiencing loss because of your pride got in the way, or, negative forces, meaning perhaps haters, people who are trying to tear you down and trying to take your reputation down, especially the media, then it's all for good cause. It's all for a blessing that brings you, and it feels like it brings you quite early on in your life to actually this new path. And so if you're in a limbo state, if you're in an in-between kind of period in your life right now, and you're waiting for the next direction, you're like waiting for the little birdie to send you in the next opportunity, and you're like, well, that was it, I peaked. I really feel like you're about to transform in such an incredible way, such an intensity, that you will have something new to say. You will have something new to bring, and the light that you bring will spread around the globe quite quickly with this busy bee energy. It's almost like you've been cooking up something behind the scenes, and people have seen your downfall, but actually you're going to you're never cancelled. Okay, like lover or hater, there's a Tana Mojo never not cancelled kind of energy. Like, I own the cancelled brand now, so what you gonna do about it? Like, I'm gonna keep transforming, and I didn't just peak then. You think you saw the best of me, you ain't seen nothing yet kind of energy. But it feels really good. Like, it's not too proud. It's enough masculine energy. It's enough show, right? Showiness. It's enough like clout, literally, as Tana would say, with this shaking the tail feathers and putting on a show. Enough of that to get the attention that helps you to, it leads you to value in material things and material possessions and a luxurious kind of life and a happy, important, strong physical body. And I say important because it's important to your career, or it's important to your purpose in some way, shape, or form. But I feel like it's not the end. Like, there is the next thing. What is the next thing? What is the next thing? What is this transformation that pile number 3 is experiencing, or will experience on their thank you, on their journey of becoming into their purpose, or through their purpose? Did something else flip? What is this becoming? One more. I just heard star power, but like in a Power Rangers kind of voice. Power! You know what I mean? Interesting. Earth, fire. Okay, you have the death energy, Pluto transformation, scorpionic energy, completely transforming. Yeah. It's interesting that you've got Pluto and you've got this, I keep mentioning like Mars masculine energy with the peacock. So you very much could be a Scorpio, or have strong Scorpio placements in your sign. Very magnetic, but also very complex. Okay, so I feel like, yeah, it's like magnetic, meaning you will keep attracting good things to you and keep reinventing yourself. Death and rebirth, things will end and things will begin. Page of Cups, as long as you keep tending to yourself and retreating and resting and refueling when you need to, you will be reborn. You will come back again. Again and again and again. And look at the 7 of Wands. This is a blockage energy. It's like, I refuse to be knocked down. Like Chumbawamba. Like, I get knocked down, I get back up again. Like, and this person is fully using their physical body, and it looks like art, it looks like strength, it looks like modeling, or fitness competition type body here. Or acting. There's something here about your physical strength and your artistry keeps the blockages away. It's like they crumble and they have their moment, and people think you're gone and you're done and this is it. but you come back again. And you come back again by this, refilling your well every time. Every single time you are soft with yourself, because I feel like you have curated a good team of people around you. You have, and when I say team, like support people, including everything from accountants and lawyers to, you know, glam squad, or, you know, friends that are just friends and family that are just family, and mentors that you pay for and mentors that you don't pay for. And, you know, you've got all the people that you need in your life. You've even probably got a protege, you know, someone that you also coach. It keeps you grounded, and it keeps you softening. It keeps you connected to your divine plan, and it keeps you remembering that people will come and go, but it keeps you remembering that people's opinions will also come and go. And so you seem to be very good at tending to your emotions when you need to, and that is the strength that I feel like you can then incorporate into your physical body. Your emotions and because these are both like, this is a disappointment, it's a sadness, it's a loss, and this is a blockage. You seem to you execute your shadows well, and that's very Scorpionic. You literally know how to have this death and rebirth. You are the moth to the flame. You keep coming back to the flame. Very, very strong fortitude, grit coming through. And if you need to take a pause, you take a pause, you get your fresh perspective, and then you move forward. Okay? And then you move forward. So that is possibly what is happening to you right now. Is this smoky quartz, you know, the vultures in the background, and you're like, have your pick. I don't care, because I know that I will have a reckoning. And I know that I too will be able to speak again. And this person, this mentor, is really saying you will speak again. You will keep spreading a message. And it's like just completely, I just heard Lady Gaga. So it's like you're like a triple threat in a way. You can do multiple things, but you always know how to take the pause. And I'm really being called to say, like, it is very, very important in order to move forward, because all of these cards here are like, tend to your emotions, look after yourself, apologize to yourself, tend to your heart, tend to your relationships. Okay? Because your relationships and the people that you cultivate around you really help to lift you back up. It's almost like it's their job, but it was your job to find them. It's very much part of your purpose to find your people that help to make you in some way, the center of attention. And in some way, successful. But because you then, with this 2 and this material assets, because you then have abundance and success of possessions and assets, and possibly like an abundance of money, you then get to love on people. You really do. It's a fair exchange. People would say like, oh, but they're paid to be there. It's a fair exchange because of how they energetically help you, or physically and mentally and emotionally help you to restore when you need to restore, to align again, okay? To get all your ducks in a row, to balance the lightness and darkness within you. They realize you are human and they love you for it. And I think if you have some level of achievement or fame, or you have some level of like fan club, however small, even in your local community, you've got people that are rooting for you to come back and have another shot. This 7 of the Chariot is, you know, 7s are about reflection and assessment, getting a new perspective on things, taking a pause, and then regaining control to continue on your purpose, to continue moving forward. I'm interested to see what kind of careers you might be in. For some of you, I'm also getting like mining with the inner resources and the mention of, crystals and stuff like that. You could be quite high up in that industry. But I think you are unafraid to tap into taboos. I'm also hearing Kesha. So all the people that have perhaps been misunderstood in the spotlight in some way, been taken advantage of in some way with these negative forces, there's always a comeback. The comeback is bigger than the setback in this. And the key, this elaborate key, is you, and is the way that you learn from mistakes, and you're more intelligent than people give you credit for. And again, that's Kesha, that's Tanner, that's Taylor, like that's Gaga. They're way more intelligent than people give them credit for because of their artistry. You know, they perform in such a way. You have a very healthy lens from which you see life from, and a very healthy sense of your own value, okay? Perception and curiosity, and a willingness to not just be a muse to others in terms of like you look the part of like a muse to others, like you're successful and in some way you're divinely feminine when I use the word muse. But you're also a muse to others, and people wonder how you do that. You definitely have people talking about you, and that, my friend, is a good thing when it comes to, you know, any publicity is kind of how you see it. Okay, we have attraction, pansy, and you've got the what is that, pendulum there. The pendulum will swing in and out of balance is what I'm feeling. It's a fragile dance, but you always know how to attract and pull back that pendulum to where you need it to be is what I'm getting. The pansy, okay? Too much of a good thing will kill the pansy quite quickly, okay? And that's where that death energy comes through and rebirth energy comes through. In gardens, beauty is a byproduct. The main business is sex and death. Literally. In gardens, beauty is a byproduct. Beauty is a byproduct. You still have the intelligence. You still have the value. You still have something to say. The main business is sex and death. Okay, so don't let people box you in. I don't think you will anyway. And finding your tribe is supremely important in your journey here. You also have card number 22. You've got Leo energy, this like book of spells and wisdom with the bay leaf, and the bay leaf is used very much in spells. I was about to get mine out, but they're at the back. I've written stuff on them and I'm about to burn them. But angel number 22, if you want to drop what that means in the comments below, but twos are about partnership, balance, duality. So you might see 22 or 222 often, and I feel like it's your guidance to remember your past, remember your entire story, because people seem to not know your entire story unless they're part of your soul tribe. And from that, you gain so much wisdom to shine again. Every time you shine again. And there's a certain kind of magic. The key is you. The key is your inner magic. The whole picture of who you are is your key to your purpose, because you transform so much. And you really do. I feel like you give the world a lot in terms of creativity or presence. And so what's sacred to you, what's key to you, is the people around you and the memories and the wisdom and the experiences that you have with those people, and how that wisdom is sacred between all of you. And especially this one person who seems to be a mentor, a same-sex, tea-spilled friend. Okay, let's read the back. I love being asked to identify plants, and I don't know which gives me more pleasure, to know what they are or not know what they are. Yeah, you have a willingness to learn. Your wisdom comes from your willingness to reinvent and keep learning and keep getting that clarity that you need. Smoky quartz turns to clear quartz. Smoky quartz will turn it to clear quartz. And that's that bee energy of just keep going, because I know I've got the honey. I know I've got that, secret sauce that people love. Wow, they are flying today. Okay, your final advice is choose relationships, literally what I've been talking about, that allow for the fullest expression of your interests, your feelings, and yourself. Build on those that nourish you and let go of those that deplete you. The people are so important. Oh, I thought I got 3. I've got 4. You owe it to yourself to know real fun, pure joy, and childlike wonder, to experience contentment with your todays and confidence in all of your tomorrows. Yeah, like I said, the experiences you have with people form part of your story, and that's so precious to you. And it gives you the confidence. These people really like know how to like lift you back up. And you do them as well. You lift them back up because of who you are and what you bring, and then obviously how you repay them. Like there's something about being connected to you that either people want to take from you and you have to be careful of, or when you find the right people that really give back to you too. Make your home your haven, a space that reflects your taste, promotes your health, and inspires your best, okay? So you have a safe haven, and that is where I feel like the key is like that inner side of you that only the special people get to know. Very Cancerian energy there. With the home and this like the tough outer shell. Find time to celebrate your good qualities, affirm your blessings, and connect with the core of your strength, spirit, and faith. Celebrate your good qualities. Don't let people tell you just because you did that thing, it makes you a bad person. Just because you sang that song doesn't make you like a bad person. Just because that part of life happened to you in that particular way. You're actually able to tap into your good qualities, affirm your blessings, connect with the core of your strength, spirit, and faith. Wow. I adore this. Please let me know how it resonates in the comments below. Pile number 3, you have such a story to tell here, and it's ever unfolding. It's ever unfolding. Do not dim to fit in. I don't think you even need to be reminded of that. I think you remind other people of that through your consistently reinvention you and your consistent moving forward. You attract the right people, you attract the right level of fame for you, the material assets that you need, and you keep going. That is so beautiful. If you would like to book a personal reading, the link to that is in the description box below. Take really good care of yourselves. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here.